Simple steps you need to take to embrace your uniqueness. Today's episode is sponsored by Billy Keels Advisory Services. If you want to learn more about how to make your 99 optional, just go to makeitoptional.com. Once again, that's makeitoptional.com.
Helping you build freedom without losing your edge. This is the Going Long podcast with Billy Keels.
Simple steps you need to take to embrace your uniqueness is the episode for you if you have felt like for many, many years of your life that you continue to conform, and that conformity is the thing that helped you to blend in. That's the thing that helped you to continue to move forward. Well, if that's you, but you also feel like there's this way of life that should be different for you, that you should be doing something differently. I'm going to share a little bit of my perspective, what I'm seeing, and also what I've lived, so that you can get to the point where you are able to recognize and embrace your uniqueness and lean into that uniqueness, because it's something when you do, not only will you feel better, those around you will feel better and be uplifted by it. And the reason I share that with you is because, like, one of the things that I grew up, like when I was growing up, I was constantly listening to others. And there's probably still a piece of me that is like looking for feedback and recognition and all that kind of stuff. But the level of awareness that I have about it now is so much higher. But I really grew up most of my life listening to other people and really wanting to follow the path that others had chosen for me. And one of the reasons I know that, like my 26-year corporate career, for so much of that, I was following the path that was set forth by someone else because I was looking to avoid pain that I had seen growing up. Like, not real life pain, but like things that I didn't want to be uncomfortable. I wanted to live in a lap of luxury, as you say. And so when I started realizing, like, just following the path because it was the next quote unquote logical step to take, up until a certain point was good. But at a certain point, it was also like, maybe creating my own path is the thing to do. And so I realized that so much of life, and why I'm sharing this with you is because maybe you recognize a little bit of it in yourself, is that, I liked being liked by other people. Like, that was a source of feeling good for me. Whereas now I've met a lot of people who are like, I can care less if they like me or didn't. But for me, it was really important. I wanted to feel like I was liked by other people. And at the same time, and this is going to probably feel a little counterintuitive, but I also really just wanted to feel good in my own skin, like feel comfortable is probably the better word to say. Like, I wanted to be liked by other people. And at the same time, I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin. I didn't want to feel like I had to conform just so that people would like me, trust me. After having gone through and recognizing my uniqueness, I could care less if you like me. You know what I mean? So, because I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And if you like me, guess what? You're going to have an amazing friend, the person who knows you. And if not, you know what? That's okay too. You have your life. I've got my life, and just get on with it. It's all good. So that's one of the things that as we come to the end, you're going to recognize that leaning into your uniqueness, it's a positive thing because it helps you be the best version of yourself. But as I went through most of my life, like I said, I conformed because it just felt better. It felt easier. There was less like this uneasy feeling. And at that point in my life, I felt like, you know what, this is the thing that I need to do. I just need to do it because that's what everybody else is telling me to do. And I'm pretty good at the things that I should be doing, that they're telling me that I'm doing. And so it was like this self-fulfilling prophecy that I kind of constantly was going through. And all of that changed when I lived abroad in 1995, because I actually recognized that you could still get to a goal, and you didn't even have to come from the same language, speak the same culture. Like, people were doing things completely differently and still living lives that were fulfilled. But it took that overseas experience for me in 1995 to recognize not just traveling abroad, but living abroad, living somewhere else where the language was different, the cultural norms were different, everything was different. And I realized, like, hey, listen, maybe there is another way to be able to be okay. Like, nobody knew me or the norms that I had grown up with, and it was okay. So I leaned into that, and then I started recognizing after that 1995, life changed, and I told myself, like, if I ever got an opportunity to go back to Europe, for instance, like, this is very specifically, so starting out, like, to recognize what are the steps. Like, one, had this very clear vision of what it was that I wanted to be able to do, how I wanted to feel, because I recognized it was so unique to the way that that I had grown up, because the norms were completely different. That I would, number one, I had that vision, I had that goal to be able to go. If I ever had a chance to move back to Europe, that I would take that opportunity. I would create that into existence. And then also too, I had this really amazing opportunity that I didn't recognize at the time, but I got rejected from my dream job twice when I went back for my university, because in 1995 I was doing it overseas, and then I went back to my university, and then I was supposed to get my dream job, but I got rejected not once but twice in my junior year, my senior year. And guess what that was setting me up for? Maybe what I had already thought into existence, that I wanted to have another opportunity to live overseas. And so afterwards, I had a role I got after being rejected from my dream job. This next job set me up where I was traveling around the world. I did 5 years, 58 countries. It was absolutely amazing, but I was so busy. I never really thought about what was happening for me in that moment. It was all these things that were happening to me because I was so busy. I never thought about really traveling again because I was traveling so much. Like I said, 5 years, 58 countries. It was like 25, 28 days a month. But in the back of my mind, I always wanted to be able to have that experience, to be able to realize that the uniqueness of being able to travel around the world and having these new ideas and having these new thoughts were different than the ways that I was growing up. And so after having gone through this global network and meeting people from all around the world and traveling to 58 countries, et cetera, and then I had the opportunity to move and live in France in 2001, I was leaning into all the things that I recognized in my mind that it was okay to do, to reconnect with that experience that I had in 1995. Creating that experience, first of all, in 1995, and then being able to reconnect with that. And so what I realized, that part of being able to lean into and sharing the simple steps for you to lean into your uniqueness is, number one, you have to think it into existence. You must think it into existence and then not be afraid to take action on it. And it may not be perfect the first time, right? For me in 1995, it wasn't perfect. It was kind of a disaster personally, because I didn't achieve a lot of the goals that I set out for myself. But from that, having that vision, taking that action, I recognized that I could also replicate that, and having another opportunity to live more deeply and to have more experience. So as a result of that, continued to live in Europe, and has been over 2 decades. Like, I never imagined that was going to be the case, but I realized that these steps to being able to embrace my uniqueness, if I could do it, then you can definitely do it. It just starts with a thought. And then you go from the thought, and then you begin to take action towards that thought. And if you don't know how to do that, then surround yourself with other people that have gone before you. There are very few unique thoughts in the world. The important part is to be able to find those who have already gone down the path that you're looking for. Be okay with leaning into those thoughts and those actions that make you uniquely you. Because every single day that someone has the opportunity to come into contact with a unique you, the one that is you, then guess what? You benefit, they benefit, because you're embracing your uniqueness and you're able to recognize those specific opportunities. So it's something that I've realized, in having this opportunity to live overseas and to live in different countries has really, really helped to broaden horizons. It'll help me to lean into my uniqueness and create the path that is the one that is for me. And as a result, everyone who is around me is able to benefit as well. So listen, if you felt like you've ever been stuck, or you're following everybody else's path because that's the one that they say you should take, and you're starting to really feel like, hey, there's another path that's out there. I've been there. I understand where you are. If you ever want to chat about it, let me know. I mean, I'm not, as Deion Sanders says, I ain't hard to find. So you can check me out on LinkedIn. You leave a review here. I'll get back to you. And listen, if you know someone who's stuck, share the episode. And don't just share it, but show that you care. Get on the phone with them. Have a conversation. Talk about the concepts in today's show, so that you can be that person who helps someone else to move towards their goal as well. So while you're doing that, guess where I'll be? I'll be right here preparing for the next episode. So until then, go out and make it a great day. And thank you very, very much.